Welcome back to Wolfdog Empire. Today we're going to go over the troops for some of the newer players in the game. Okay, so when I was newer, I did not know about the critical troops. I didn't know that the critical troops were the amongst the worst troops out there. And so I did bring up some critical troops up a little high before I found out not to basically to stop and go somewhere else. So let me see here. I have this one at 14, at 13. Puppy's going crazy over. Get out of here. Good job. All right. So I have this one here at critical troop at 13, and I stopped and I worked on a mana troop, got it up to 29. That's as far as up as I wanted to go. And then I started working on a Cyclops troop, got that one up to 23, and a Magic troop. So the reason I bring this up because there are some players out there who haven't gotten this advice yet, basically. So this video is not for the higher up unless you want to just see this video to see if you can have some more input, more info to give to the newer players. But basically, what is a critical troop? So if you click on this question mark here, the critical troop has this critical emblem here or critical sign. If you click on that, it says critical increases a chance for critical strikes that do double damage. And so I thought when I was new, I thought, well, critical chance plus big defense and okay attack, that's pretty good. So I actually was bringing up the critical troops on purpose. And so I didn't know about the mana troops. I had some mana troops, but I didn't know much about the mana troops. So I was bringing up critical troops. And so what some of the players that that had been playing a lot longer than I had, they've noticed that this one gives mana. So this is called a mana troop. This one gives you mana. So that's what this little thing is, little symbol. So this gives you plus 15% mana. So your heroes are going to go off sooner than they would if they didn't have this extra mana. And so the thing is, instead of defense or critical chance, the thing about mana is if you have powerful heroes like Khufu, like whoever you have that's really powerful, if you can have them go off sooner, then their special is so good that it could turn the game in your favor, whether you do a lot of damage to them or whether you put taunt on yourself or whether you heal yourself to stay alive. And then the next time again, instead of doing more damage with higher attack, you can actually go off a second time with that extra mana, and then that basically gives you a higher chance to win the game. Whether it's a healer, whether it's a high damage dealer, whether it's a taunter, whatever it is. Some of the people who have been playing a lot longer than I have noticed that more mana helps you win games more than critical chance and more than even attack up. So basically, that convinced me to go along with them, which is bring up troops that give you more mana. So basically, say no to ninja troops. So don't pull in the ninja troop summons. Just keep your gems and keep your troop summons coins. Keep them till whenever you get a chance to pull Cyclops number 1, magic troops number 2. That's what's recommended right now. And even if you have, let's say, a critical troop at 13, you're thinking, wow, that's almost halfway there. Why don't I just finish it? I would say no, because when you first start off a troop from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to level 4, those use less resources from, let's say, the first 10, 12 levels. You use a lot less resources there than you would going up the last 7 or 8 levels. So you'll see you need a lot more resources as the higher the troop goes. So a troop at 13, is it close to halfway done? Not really. Not really. So even if you have a critical troop at 7 or 8 or 13 or 14 or 15, even at 15, you're not halfway there resources wise. So just stop and look to see if you have any Cyclops. Those are number 1. Magic, number 2. And if you don't have either of those yet, look for mana troops. And in all different colors, they look a little different, but once you open them up, you'll see that they have a mana symbol. Now let me show you where the mana symbol is. In the magic troop is in the same spot, bottom right. It looks like that little mana sign there, mana symbol. And then for the Cyclops, it's actually on the bottom left. And it's great that it's on the bottom left because it means that you get to max out that mana sooner than the magic troops and sooner than the mana troops. So that's another reason why Cyclops is better in my mind than even magic troops, is because you can actually max out this the mana portion of it before you hit level 29. So for a mana troop, level 29, you max out the mana. For a magic troop, level 29, you max out the mana. But for Cyclops, it's like 26 or something like that, 26 or 27. In fact, thank you for whoever made this chart for us. And it shows here the Cyclops, which is the Styx troops, and the magic troops. And the Cyclops is at level 27 is when you get your max 20% mana. And for the magic troop on the left, it is 29. So the difference between 27 and 29, it's a lot of feeders. So that's why, to me, Cyclops are even better than magic. And also for direct damage dealers, then I would also go for Cyclops. Direct damage dealers, Cyclops. Healers and non-direct damage heroes, I will go with these wizard troops. And if you don't have those, the next best ones are mana. So number 1, Cyclops, number 2, magic, and number 3, mana. All right. So again, I will reiterate, even if you have a critical troop at like 14 or 15, you have not invested too much. No, you just stop, leave it there. You'll need it when you run a 3-2 or something, especially for a healer or a non-direct damage, but don't bring them up any further at all. Leave it there and then look to see if you have Cyclops, magic, or mana, and then just bring those up. And that's what I recommend. And if you have any questions, you can put it in the comments. And if you only have critical troops, if you fed away your mana troops for some reason and you just have no magic troops yet, no Cyclops troops yet, then you want to hold off. Do not level up those critical troops anymore. Just stop, wait, and then do your summons until you get those Cyclops troops, until you get those magic troops, and then you'll be able to bring those up. So that's what I recommend. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. Some of the other experienced seasoned vets that may watch this video, if you have any other comments, any other advice, please put it in the comment section in there so we can all get that info. And so this video was made for some of the newer players who may not have had this info yet. And so, oh, and don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and I'll see you next time here at Wolf Dog Empire.